Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Naomi and let's dream about beauty. In today's video I have for you Shop My Stash for the end of September, which is pretty much now, and October. So if you're interested in seeing my thoughts on my August Shop My Stash and August and September, and well, it was the last half of August and September, and what I choose for October, then just keep on watching. Okay, so let's go through this is all my Shop My Stash for last month, and so I'll go through the eyeshadow palettes. So I had, this has been in for a while, the Galaxy Chic by BH Cosmetics, and this is what it looks like. And I really like this palette. It's a great palette for you know, when you need to add a shimmer, especially you know, a colorful shimmer to a neutral look, or even, you know, if you have some colorful mattes and you don't have quite the shimmer that you want. Between the Galaxy Chic and then the other two that I have, the it's Aurora Lights and Solar something. Yeah, they're great palettes. I highly recommend them, and last time I saw they were on a good sale. So then I had the Carly Bible palette from from ABH, and you know, I like this palette mostly for the top row. I think that there's some shimmers in here, 1, 2, 3 shimmers that really make this palette really worthwhile, and then the mattes, these two mattes as well. The bottom row is not as much my jam just because it's really warm toned, but you know, I still like this, and this kind of berry toned red is will be nice for fall, I think, to get a nice, you know, a berry tone color, because berries are really nice for fall, I think. And that's the Carly Bible palette. But like I said, there's 3 shimmery metallic shades, glittery shades on the top, Libra, Jode, and OA, that are just absolutely out of this world and really make this palette worthwhile, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. Then we have the Tardis Pro, which I used a couple of times, and this is a good palette. So this is what I'm talking about, like there's a lot of, there's only 4 shimmery shades and the rest are all mattes. So you could really grab like a matte from, sorry, I dropped a little plastic. You could grab a shimmer from that BH Cosmetics palette if you wanted something a little bit more colorful. But I thought that this was pretty good quality, and the mattes that I used blended out really nicely. So that's a good palette. I'm happy with it. Then we have the Zodiac Virgo palette. And this is neutral with a pop of green. And it's fine. I like this palette. I don't love it. You know, I probably wouldn't reach for it that often, but I do really enjoy these mini Zodiac palettes a lot. So excuse me. We had the Pure Festival 2 palette, and I like this. I don't love it. It's fine. It'll stay in my collection for now. And then I have the Barb Pure X Barbie palette. This is what it looks. I love the packaging. And that's what it looks like. It has some really pretty shimmery shades. It's a little messy. I hate messy palettes. In fact, sometimes I just sit here and I just clean my palettes. I know some people like the look of used palettes, but I am not one of them. Which is why I'm not doing very well with my my project pan. Because I secretly don't want to hit pan because I think it makes the palette look ugly. That's so dumb. And then the last palette I had was the Huda Beauty Warm Brown Obsessions. And this is what this looks like. And I think I got this in like an add-on or something with Box Charm, so I didn't pay very much for it. And it's, out of the Obsession palettes, it's not my favorite. It's definitely a good fall palette, I would have to say. Okay, so moving on, I had two powders. I had the Fenty Beauty in Butter, and I had the Peach Perfect powder. The Peach Perfect powder is my favorite in my collection, and this would probably be my second favorite, so I like them both quite a lot. Then I had two foundations, the Lancome Tente Doll Ultra Wear. I love this. This is pretty much Holy Grail status. It's what I'm wearing now. And then the Double Wear Stay in Place makeup by Estee Lauder. I have two and I mix the shades. I didn't use this as much just because I like the Lancome so much, and also I got a couple of new, well, I got one new foundation. I got the Too Faced Matte foundation, which I'm not a fan of. I'm working with it to see if I can figure out how to get it. It just doesn't go on very nicely and it dries really fast. And then as you're trying to blend, I found it started getting sticky and almost the sponge started lifting around my nose and stuff, so it was very hard to use. Oh, and I had the Juvia's Place. And this goes on beautifully, but it doesn't last very long. So it's what Nona calls a church foundation, which I think that's exactly what it is. It's a church foundation. Okay, and the other powder I have is my under eye, but this isn't really Shop My Stash because I have this in my stash every time. Well, I'm not sure that that's entirely true, but because I may switch it out or just bring in something else, because I would like to try the Charlotte Tilbury for under my eyes, because I've heard, I think it's Stephanie Marie who said that this was that was awesome. Okay, and I had the BH Truffle blush palette in Strawberry. It's called Vanilla Strawberry, and it's a great quality. I really like it a lot. I had the Marc Jacobs Fantastic bronzer, the coconut one in the white packaging, but I've got it somewhere else, so it's not here right now. The other bronzer I had was the Milani. This is Silky Matte Bronzer in Sunkissed. This is the second lightest shade, and I really like this bronzer. It's really good for, not for drugstore, it's not good for drugstore, it's just good, period. Then for highlighter, I had the Benefit Cookie highlighter, which is, oh, really nice. I love this highlighter. And then I had, oh, this one's looking messy. I had the Ofra Covent Garden, and the Madison Miller Moondance highlighter. So these are the two Ofra highlighters that I had. And this one is, the Covent Garden is Ofra X Talia Mar. I don't know who that is. And oops, I forgot one. So this wasn't part of my original Shop My Stash. I just have it in here, but this is a new blush I got. It's the Berry Pop from Clinique, and it's nice. And then I had two more blushes from ColourPop. I had, this one is Floating Lights, Rapunzel. And then this one is Enchanted Mirror with Belle. And out of the two, my favorite is the Floating Lights one. I just like the cool tone pink in it. Okay, and the last thing I had was the Jouer palette. So this is the Jouer Be a Legend Champagne and Macaron palette, and that's what I am wearing today. And this is what it looks like. So it has a highlighter shade, 2 blushes, and a bronzer. You know, this is an okay palette. I'm not in love with it. I don't go, oh my god, it's so great. But I don't mind it. And it's pretty, so it makes me happy to have it. So there was really nothing in my Shop My Stash that I really hated. I probably won't use the Juvia's Place foundation too often, just because, I mean, it does look beautiful on, so maybe, you know, a night out or something, if I only have to have it on for a couple hours, or maybe when I'm just filming, I might use it, because it does look beautiful on. And, yeah. So I'm going to put all this stuff away, and then we are going to go shopping. Okay, so here is where I keep my primers. And I'm going to use, I'm going to pull my Bite Changemaker Skin Optimizing Primer. And I've never used this one before, so this will be first impressions. I don't like the regular Professional, but I'll try this one. It's a hydrating one. I have oily skin, so I don't have high hopes, but we'll give it a try. And then the other one is this one that I got in BoxyCharm. It's the Banana Bright Face Primer, so I'm going to give this a try. Okay, so this is where I keep my bronzers, my blushes, and my highlighters, and my powders. So on the top shelf here, I have kind of things that I feel are more special. So the two that I'm going to pull from up here, the first one is, this is the Jouer Molten Glow. And this is what it looks like. Whoops. It has beautiful packaging. And I haven't used that yet, so I'll be excited to use it. And the other one that I'm going to pull is the Gucci bronzer that I got. This was a late night shopping. What do you call it? Not mistake, but splurge. The only thing I've ever owned by Gucci is perfume, so I thought, maybe I'll splurge on a Gucci bronzer, and it had good reviews, so we'll see what I think. Packaging is very luxe. The other thing that I'm going to pull from the top shelf here is the KVD Beauty Alchemy Palette. I got this on sale at Sephora about a month ago. I haven't used it yet. This is what it looks like. So I'm excited to give those a try. And the other one I'm going to pull from the top shelf here is the Melt Digital Duo Blush. This is in Raw Honey. And this is what it looks like. It's just beautiful. Okay, so now for powders, I think I'm going to pull my Huda powder and my Hourglass. So that's Hourglass and Huda Beauty powders. And moving down, the second shelf is for special eye, like single eyeshadows and eye sparkle, eye glitter, things like that. And I just pull from there as I need it. And then I have the Charlotte Tilbury powder compact there because I ran out of room on the top shelf. Okay, so let's get you set up for looking at the highlighters and the blushes and the bronzers. So that bottom shelf there is where I keep the highlighters, and I'll just pull them down and we'll look at them down here. So I've already pulled 2 highlighters. So I'm going to pull this one that I got from e.l.f. I'd like to use that a bit more. It's a jelly format, or jelly highlighter. And then the other one I'm going to use is, I think I'm going to use the Stila Heaven's Hue highlighter in the shade Opulence. Okay, so for blush, I'm going to pull my Milk Makeup blush stick, and then that's all I'm going to pull because I have an order coming from Sephora that has some blush in it, so I'd like to add that to my Shop My Stash. And then for bronzer, I think I'm going to add in this Physicians Formula Sculpting Bronzer. It's like a bronzing stick. And then this is new. This is, I got this in Ipsy. This is Item. It's 5. It's called Cheek Money by Item. And that's what it looks like. Very cool tone bronzer, so we'll see how I get along with that. And then I also have the Gucci bronzer that I pulled. So that should be good. Okay, so moving over here in this corner, this is where I keep my ABH palettes. And I have I can see my Friendcation palette, a couple Stila palettes. In the back there is the Urban Decay Reloaded. And then all my eye pencils are there as well. And I'm not going to pull anything from there either. Okay, so this container here on my dresser is where I keep some of my more special face palettes. And my ABH Norvina 4 palette. And the thing I'm going to, well, I already have lots of highlighters, but I did get this new highlighting palette from e.l.f. that I would like to try, so I'm going to add that. And the Alchemy palette I got is more, I'm intending it more for inner corner highlighting and eye highlighting, so I haven't used it, so I'm not too sure what to expect from it. And that's all I'm going to add from here. Okay, so there is not a lot of room over in this area here. This is where I keep most of my eyeshadow palettes. So from this little area here, I'm going to pull my new Marc Jacobs palette. And once I get back settled and we look through this, I'll show you what these palettes look like. I'm just going to pull them to the side for now. Let's see, what else do I want? I'm going to pull my Glam palette. Is there anything I want from here? I've got a couple new eyeshadow palettes coming in the mail. Oh, I'm going to pull my Juvia's Place Wahala palette. I haven't used that yet. Okay, now coming down here. This is where I keep all my single shadows. And I think I'm going to pull, I got some new shadows from Luxie. They're right in here. This is a butterfly collection from here, from this, or no, from this one on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah, from this one, oops, sorry, from this one on, down here, that's the butterfly collection, so that's new. So I may pull that. I'd like to use those. And then right down here, sorry, it's really hard to get down here. I haven't used my Garden Variety palette, so I'd like to pull that one. And then of course we need the mini Zodiac. So I need my hands to do this, so I'm just gonna okay, so here is the Zodiac Libra palette. And again, I'll show you what all these look like just when we're settled down. And those are all my face palettes back there. There's some Morphe back there. These are all my Huda Obsession palettes. Jeffree Star, who's kind of canceled. And then these are some special palettes that I have. And then I love the Too Faced, and I just happen to have this peacock with the broken bracelet on top of it, and some special, these are some special stones and stuff I've collected. So yeah, so I love this Natural Lust palette. It's so pretty with the Natural Lust bronzer. Yeah, okay, so that's everything, and I'll put you back up on the tripod and we can look through the palettes. Okay, so let's look through the palettes. So I showed you my Luxie singles. I have three or two other palettes full of Luxie singles, but these are just the new ones I got, minus these first three. So I would like to use those. And then this is the Zodiac Libra palette. This is what it looks like. This blue here is a duochrome. It's gorgeous. So I'm excited to use this. The highlighter is also a pink shifting duochrome. Then I pulled the Natasha Denona Glam palette of my dreams. So I'm excited to use that a few times. Then there's the Juvia's Place Walhalla. And that's what it looks like. So let's do a couple of colorful looks with this one. And then finally, the Garden Variety palette from ColourPop. And that's what that looks like. Also, I forgot to pull foundations like I always do because I keep them sort of in this box and then I forget about them because I can't see them. I have to find a better way of, I want to get some shelves so I can sort of organize them on shelves. But I am running out of room in this little corner of my bedroom. Here that you see, I am running out of room. And I'm threatening my husband that I'm going to start putting makeup on his side of the bedroom. He's like, no! So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this Shop My Stash. Oh wait, I was going to show you. So I pulled, this is relatively new. I've tried it once in a full face of e.l.f. video that I did. So this is the e.l.f. I don't know what it's called. Flawless something something, I think. So there's that. And then the other, so I have, and you're gonna laugh, but I have 3 of them. The Urban Decay Naked, Stay Naked foundations. Just, I had a really hard time shade matching, and then I didn't take them back to the store because I felt kind of bad. But I had a hard time, so I have the 31NN, the 40NN, and then the 51YW. So anyhow, I don't mind having 2 or 3 of a single foundation, like different colors, because then it's always good for blending your own color. Okay, so that's everything. I hope that you enjoyed this Shop My Stash, and I hope that you're looking forward to seeing me use all of these things over the next few weeks. Plus, I've got a couple of orders coming in, some new goodies I can't wait to get. Time is our most precious resource, and when you spend a little bit of your time with me, I really appreciate it. I hope wherever in the world you are, that you are well, that you are healthy, and that you are happy. I'd like to encourage you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Activate the notification bell so that you're aware of my uploads. Maybe leave a comment, because I love reading your comments. And maybe a thumbs up would be great. That's it from me for today. Take care and bye-bye.